morning. It is Transformation Tuesday. Guys, welcome. Thank you for joining me on Transformation Tuesday. I hope you guys got a lot out of Motivational Monday. Guys, that was a lot of deep stuff. And again, this is just a high-level series overview of enhancing your customer service experience. And again, this is your playground guy, Johnny Juan Ortiz with the Fun Life community. Guys, I think I'm going to have to make a video of just doing an intro because this is getting pretty fun, but I don't want to take away from you guys because, again, we have a lot of cool kids joining the Fun Life community, and I want them to know that it's all powered and it's all because of this guy right here, Mr. Zig Ziglar, and the legacy that he is leaving for his children, for his family. And really his whole overarching theme was that you can have everything in life you want if you're just simply willing to help enough other people get what they want. And it's all done. It's now being carried out by Tom Ziglar, his proud son, right? And my coach in the Fun Life community really came out of this foundational program of Choose to Win, right? We show people how to be more, do more, and have more. And you can't give that which you don't have. And the ultimate gift is one of legacy. And I am preparing, guys, we have people reaching out to us from other industries. Again, I started out helping out because I do mortgage lending, right? Cardinal Financial. Oh, man, what was my name tag? I started out with Cardinal Financial. I'm doing this for Cardinal Financial. I call it the Cardinal Financial Studios right here in the booming metropolis of Tyler, East Texas. And for those of you that don't know where it's at, it's in between Dallas and Shreveport, just off of I-20. And so, but because of this medium right here, we're able to go into homes all over the country. So do me a favor, for those of you guys watching live, go ahead, like, comment, share away. Again, we're still doing the competition on which platform it gets more engagement. But guys, we're all over the place. It gets uploaded to YouTube. It gets uploaded to Spotify, and people can listen to it in their cars. And now be part of Automobile University, as Mr. Ziglar used to always say. And that is so cool because now it's right there on your phone. So when you're at the airport, just chilling out, relaxing, kicking back, doing your thing, you can go to the Fun Life community. It's actually started to brand itself as the Childlike Faith Podcast. So I'm getting together with some people, some branding experts, to actually do that. And so, I'm so excited. I'm so thankful for you guys, especially those of you that show up here on every single morning. I love for those of you that put when you're watching on the replay, because that helps me to see when people are jumping on here. I try to get these 15 minutes knocked out of the way first thing in the morning so that we can go on with the day, and then this video just lives on throughout the entire rest of the day. Okay, guys, enough of the promo. Let's get into episode 2, part 2 of 4, right? This is a 4-part series of talking about handling of the enhancing customer service. And today we're going to talk about handling complaints and feedback. Now, I know for those of you that have gone through the Fun Life coaching, you probably don't get a whole lot of complaints. We're going to get to that here in just a little bit. No, seriously, guys, I get complaints. I got blown up on social media a while back. Something that wasn't even my fault, but I owned it. I took responsibility like a good person. But boy, it was hard to bite that tongue that day. But listen, guys, I just want to simply help you guys to be able to handle some of these complaints that come. And with the right mindset, again, it's Transformation Tuesday. And we're going to get into some scripture in just a little bit. But sometimes you're just going to have to transform the way you think, right? You're be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by how? Somebody help me out here. Right? By the renewing of your mind, guys. And if you're going to do anything in business, sometimes you're going to have to get a paradigm shift, a mindset shift, right? And so a lot of that happens because of the complaints and the feedbacks. And so we're going to dive into this part of it right here, because when you start to look at how you handle those complaints and how you handle the feedback, let's go scripture, right? James 1:19. Somebody help me out. Anybody know that one? Right? My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, 2 ears, slow to speak, 1 mouth, and slow to become angry. Anybody get angry out there? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen you angry. Some of you people, your face can't hide how you feel. And I like it because I know to stay away from you guys. But listen, guys, we're going to start looking at ways and start exploring how that these principles can transform your approach to customer complaints and your feedback. And so we're going to add something a little bit differently. We're going to start looking at some core, the core message behind why it is that you're doing, because there really is transformative power in of that effective complaint management, guys. That is so key, right? And so the importance of handling that complaint is properly managing complaints is being crucial, because it can turn a potential negative situation into a positive one, enhancing customer loyalty and satisfaction. Listen, I've got story after story after story where we were able to change that from a bad deal to a good deal. I've also got some that the customer was going to be upset no matter what, and nothing we could have done is going to do it. So we just try to mitigate, try to just kind of keep that to a minimum, right? Because social media now, whoo, goodness, social media is brutal out there, guys. And so I'm just doing my part to try to put some little good in there in the social media. Speaking of that, hey, thank you guys for joining me. I see you guys popping on. This little streaming thing is weird how the comments show up. Sometimes I see them, sometimes I don't. But keep getting the comments on there. I promise you, after I get on here, I'll go on there and answer every single one of them to the best of my ability. But guys, seriously, in handling complaints, it's all about, with the right mindset again, learning to look at it as an opportunity. Every single piece of feedback is a chance to improve. It's that guiding mechanism that's going to help you look at ways a different way. And so viewing complaints as opportunities rather than a nuisance, it's going to completely radically improve how your customer service is looked at, and really how it's delivered, right? I tell people all the time, it's really more in the delivery than it is the actual word itself. Did you guys know that people don't really listen to the words you say, more so how you say them? That's key. It's key. Hey, this Friday, little commercial interruption here. This Friday, 11:30, Marvin Methodist Roast Toasters. We just had an open house last night. If you're wanting to improve your leadership and your communication skills, come visit us as a guest. Roast Toasters, second floor. Come on up there. Second floor from the elevator. Take a right. We're right there on your right-hand side. Come by. Be my guest. Be my guest. I want to see you guys out there. I want to see you develop better leadership skills and better communication skills, because that's part of being able to handle some of these complaints and the feedback that you guys get. So what are some of the strategies to help with this effective feedback management? Because that's going to be key, right? That's going to be crucial. Again, 2 years, one mouth, active listening. I can't emphasize enough the importance of listening to understand, not just to respond. And so this approach helps customers feel valued, and it can diffuse that potential frustration. Guys, Stephen Covey, right there, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's the 5th habit. Seek first to understand, then to be understood, right? Listen, Linda, listen. All right, number 2, responsive action, guys. Discuss the need for timely responses to complaints and the positive impact of quick resolution. In the credit union, one of the things that I really, really enjoyed was empowering my employees to be able to make and act on a decision without having to say, well, let me call my supervisor. Handle it. Take care of the client. Get it handled. Get it resolved. Don't put it off. Take care of the client. Let's go. Speed is very, very crucial whenever you have an upset and angry client. Put him at ease. Make his problem go away, right? We should call it Calgon customer service. All right, and then we start to look at the feedback loop, guys. Once you start to look at the feedback loop, what's going to happen is that you're going to have now a systematic approach that's going to be able to handle the feedback that includes tracking those complaints, analyzing the patterns, and making necessary adjustments to the services of those product sites. So whether it's a service, a product, something that you provide, there's ways to improve, right? I love the E-Myth by Michael Gerber. He always talked about how you always need to be working on your business, not in your business. And working on your business is part of handling some of these complaints and feedback. So again, let's kind of look at the mindset behind how to embrace that feedback. And if you really think about it with the right mindset, it could be looked at as a gift, right? Because we're only as good as our most angry and upset client. Understanding that each complaint is that opportunity we were talking about earlier to improve your services and strengthen relationship aligns with that biblical wisdom that we talked about earlier. And again, it's part of being humble. Humility, that's a tough word to say. I used to joke around and say, man, I'm really good at being humble. I'm probably one of the most humble people you've ever met. but I was just being sarcastic, right? Facetious? Whoa, easy there, Tiger. I was being funny, trying to be anyway. The person didn't think so, but anyway, regardless. Again, so you have to have the right mindset to be able to, hey, buddy, I did see that comment pop up. Hey, listen, where did it go? Did it disappear? Anyway, I'll get to it here in just a little bit. But guys, think about this, right? Because that mindset is going to be so key to be helping you to do that. Now, the motivation, right? This is where you start to look at the what to do, right? You're starting to look at the viewers by highlighting how responsive and thoughtful handling those complaints can transform that dissatisfied customer into a loyal advocate that's going to start to be referring you business and not talking bad about your business. Because how many people know that bad publicity travels faster than good publicity? It happens all the time, guys. I want you guys to be able to do that. And so when you start to look at that, what happens is that you're reinforcing the long-term value of preserving that relationship with that client. So whenever you have an opportunity, now I'm not talking about being fake and, I got a complaint. No, genuinely, authentically, humbly accept that complaint and use the proper feedback to be able to help that client, to be able to serve that client. Remember yesterday we talked about looking at it as a ministry? Guys, you've got to be able to do that. And again, the methodology we talked about earlier, active listening, 2 ears, 1 mouth, demonstrate techniques for effective listening that ensures that customer feels heard and, more importantly, understood. Right? There's so many times that a lot of people are just hearing the complaint, waiting for them to shut up so that they can respond. No, guys, listen. And then I would even go as far as clarifying, hey, Mr. Client, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you taking the time to come. We're only as good as our most angry, most upset client. Let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly. So what you're telling me is, and then regurgitate it back to them to make sure you got the proper understanding. Because I promise you, again, I've used this analogy before. It's in the 7 habits. But if you're sitting on that side of the table, I'm sitting on this side of the table, we're looking at a 6. I'm looking at a 6. What are you seeing? It's not a trick question, guys. You're seeing a 9. From your vantage point, it's a 9. From mine, it's a 6. We're both right. But a lot of times it takes a person willing to come across and look at it from their point of view to understand, it is a 9. But where I was looking at it, it was a 6. We're both right, but now we understand where they're coming from, guys. And you've got to be willing to do that for your clients. And then again, one of the things, if you're problem focused, again, you're not going to be doing yourself any favor. You've got to be solution oriented. You've got to be willing to come up with the solution. I tell people all the time, if you're not part of the solution, chances are you're part of the, I heard it. Chances are you're part of the problem, guys. And you don't want to do that. I want to be able to help you to be able to make sure that you're able to provide methods of identifying the root cause of that complaint and then developing a constructive process or a constructive response to be able to make sure that doesn't happen again, guys. If it's within your ability to solve it, go ahead and do it. And then the last one on the methodology, you got to have those feedback systems, right? Discussing and talking with your lead group, your key employees about setting up a system to track, to analyze and respond to the feedback kind of systematically, right? And system, SYSTEM, saves you stress, time, energy, money. If there's a way to put a C in there to save you a client, I would do it. I did add an S. I did pluralize that because it's going to save you sanity, right? You keep doing the same thing over and over again, handling complaining, and nothing's getting resolved. You're losing clients faster than you can add them. That's a recipe for bankruptcy. I don't want that to happen to you guys. All right, our time is nearing. Let me go ahead and wrap this thing up. Only thing I'm going to ask you to do today, guys, is encourage you guys. I encourage you guys to welcome the feedback, welcome the complaint. And I want you to start this as a strategy. Find a way. Reach out to your clients. Ask them, what could you have done better? Right? You may not want to hear the responses, but you can't grow if you don't know. Thank you. Somebody was listening. Woo! Anyway, guys, thank you guys. Listen, but I'll wrap up with this one, right? Share your experiences. I want to hear what you're doing. I want to hear how you're making your business better day in and day out. And so I just want to simply highlight how embracing and transforming through your customer service feedback can lead to significant improvements in service and in customer satisfaction, simply helping you to foster and grow that culture of continuous improvement and respect. That's part of your branding. That's part of your business. What people say about you behind your back. I get it. I've had people talk behind my back. They're probably still talking behind my back. You don't need any of that negativity in your life. But you know what? You're only focused on what you can control, not what's out there, right? I love showing this image right here. Can y'all see that? What can I control, right? Practicing self-care, choosing hobbies that help find me calm, being kind to myself, my attitude, my actions, my response. Okay, everything else, don't matter. Everything else, none of your business. Okay, guys, I've gone well over my time. Thank you so much. Hey, hang out with me tomorrow on Wow Wednesday when we start to look at this part of it right here where it says personalizing customer interactions. All right, guys, we will see you guys then. Thank you for joining me on Transformation Tuesday. Adios.